Hey, I just wanted to pop in and share with you one of my favorite plugins. And so I just popped into my back end, my website, and clicked on plugins and then add new plugin. Then I go up to this corner and I search. The search that I want to do is duplicate. So there's two, you can use either one, duplicate page or duplicate Yoast duplicate post. Sometimes people get confused and they think that they can't use Yoast duplicate post if they don't use Yoast as an SEO tool. Completely separate things. So you can use this regardless of whether you use Yoast. But either way, what will happen is when you get into it, so you'd want to click to install it, like install now. I already have this one, so I'll show you this one. But basically what you'll want to do is when you're in an individual post or page, I'm just going to go into my posts. This is an example site, so it's not one that I use for publishing, but basically what I do is go in here, and now you'll notice a lot more choices beyond what is typically there. What that means is if I'm testing something and I want to say, oh, I don't know if I like how this will look, or I'm not sure if I've changed this, especially when you're doing pages and making significant changes, you can work on a page that's the copy, the clone, and then substitute that page back for the original after you're comfortable with it. But it lets you kind of test things and feel a little less anxious and give you a little opportunity to be able to see how things work without having to feel concerned about things messing up on that particular page. So I just clicked on clone, and you can see it created a new copy and gave it the draft mode. So it's not going to be published right away. It'll come up in draft mode. Then you can click into that one, make the changes, see if you like it. If you don't like it, just click trash, delete it. Just make sure you're deleting the right one. If you do like it, swap the slug out from one to the other. Now remember, if you've been in my world at all, you know I tell you never change your slug, because that gives your site, your post, the history. But oops, But to change your slug, you just go into quick edit and you change it right here. So I would do a quick edit and change. So if I'm done with this new one, I would take this slug, copy it, and then if this was my new one, I would change the old slug by adding a number or something behind it just so I know it's different, and just really quickly swap that out for the new slug, and it won't make any difference. You just update the page and you're good to go. And so you'd update each of those. You only have one slug that matches the slug of the original post or the original page. This works both for pages and for posts. Hopefully you found this helpful. I love the freedom of being able to do a duplicate post or duplicate page, because it just lets me kind of test things out. You can still, you can have a little more freedom, and I feel like you can change things and play around with them a little bit on the individual page. Now, site-wide, you can still change things that will affect your overall website, and then so it won't affect, it won't if you're changing like a lot of major things outside of your individual post or page, that this won't help with that. But this gives you the freedom on an individual page to be able to play around to see, well, what happens if I change this order, or redo this, or just want to change it when it's in draft mode, and then go back to the original and decide which one you like better. So lots of different things that this gives you and frees up for you. So hopefully you find this helpful.